Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up because Jamaica is not just patching runways, it is rolling out one of the most ambitious aviation expansions in Caribbean history. This is a bold, multi-billion-dollar bet on tourism, trade, and logistics. Sangster International in Montego Bay, Norman Manley International in Kingston, and a brand new international airport in Negril will form the backbone of Jamaica's new aviation era. The total price tag, over 5 billion US dollars. That is not pocket change. That is a statement. And if everything goes according to plan, Jamaica's airport upgrades could shock the world. If you want more videos like this from the Money Talk JA channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. It will really help the channel grow, plus you will get notified when we release more content like this in the future. Now, let's be clear, airports are not just buildings with gates. They are the lifeblood of tourism, commerce, and international reputation. First impressions matter, and for millions of travelers, the airport is Jamaica's handshake with the world. Right now, that handshake is a little tired, a little sweaty, and sometimes way too crowded. But very soon, it's going to be firm, confident, and world-class. Let's begin in Montego Bay with Sangster International Airport. Sangster is Jamaica's golden goose. It handles nearly 5 million passengers a year, which is incredible when you realize the island's population is just under 3 million people. For perspective, Sangster processes more tourists annually than the population of Kingston, Spanish Town, and Montego Bay combined. During the high season, flights from Toronto, New York, Miami, and London arrive within minutes of each other, creating congestion so thick it makes halfway tree traffic look like a picnic. That is why over $1.5 billion US dollars are being invested in Sangster's modernization. The new departures concourse will feature biometric scanning to cut waiting times in half. Runways are being expanded to accommodate Boeing 787 Dreamliners and Airbus A350s, which can fly non-stop from the Middle East and Asia. Imagine Emirates Airlines launching a Dubai to Montego Bay service, or China Eastern offering Shanghai to Jamaica. The arrivals hall will be redesigned to feel like a cultural experience, with Jamaican art, music, shopping, and dining woven into the architecture. No more walking into a plain, sterile box. Instead, it will feel like Jamaica from the moment you step off the plane. Now let's zoom out for a quick comparison. The Dominican Republic is currently the undisputed king of Caribbean tourism. Its Punta Cana International Airport handles more than 8 million passengers annually. That's almost double Jamaica's current numbers. Punta Cana has built its reputation on convenience, with direct flights from Europe, Canada, and the US, feeding its massive all-inclusive resorts. Nassau in the Bahamas, another key competitor, handles around 4 million passengers per year, but markets itself as a luxury hub for American travelers and cruise passengers. Jamaica's bet is simple. By modernizing Sangster, it can compete toe-to-toe with Punta Cana and potentially steal market share from Nassau. And here's the kicker. Jamaica has a cultural edge that neither the Bahamas nor the Dominican Republic can match. Reggae, athletics, and brand Jamaica carry a global pull. Once the infrastructure is in place, the tourists will follow. Now let's head east to Kingston and Norman Manley International. If Montego Bay is the tourist playground, Kingston is the business boardroom. Norman Manley is critical for government officials, diplomats, diaspora families, and business leaders. But for too long, it has been underwhelming. Outdated lounges, limited gate capacity, and an underdeveloped cargo sector made it feel like a time capsule from the 1970s. That is about to change. A $2 billion US dollar modernization plan is being executed to bring Norman Manley into the 21st century. New terminals with business lounges and faster processing, runway improvements to handle long-haul flights, and most importantly, a state-of-the-art cargo village that will link seamlessly with Kingston's shipping port. This is where Jamaica could become a logistics powerhouse. Kingston is already one of the busiest shipping ports in the Caribbean, rivaling Panama in container throughput. By combining air and sea logistics, Jamaica positions itself as a critical hub for trade between the Americas, Europe, and Africa. For comparison, Panama's Tocumen International Airport handles over 15 million passengers annually and is known as the hub of the Americas. Its strength is connectivity. Passengers can fly to over 80 destinations worldwide through Copa Airlines. Puerto Rico's Luis Muñoz Marin International in San Juan handles around 9 million passengers annually, serving as a bridge between the US mainland and the Caribbean. Jamaica's Norman Manley doesn't need to beat Panama or Puerto Rico outright. It just needs to carve out a niche by blending its shipping port and its airport into a combined logistics platform. And for the diaspora, a modernized Kingston airport will make travel home far more pleasant. And now we arrive at the boldest and most talked about project, Negril International Airport. Negril is one of the jewels of Jamaican tourism. 7 miles of white sand beach, sunsets so beautiful they make Instagram filters useless, cliffside resorts and nightlife that put it on the bucket list of millions. But here's the problem. Negril is 2 hours from Montego Bay by road. For luxury travelers, that's a deal breaker. Many simply skip Negril because it's too much hassle. The solution is a brand new billion-dollar airport in Negril itself. Direct flights from Miami, Atlanta, Toronto, and London could soon land minutes away from the beach. The airport will cater to both regular passengers and high-end travelers arriving on private jets. Resorts are already planning expansions, and investors are circling like seagulls over a plate of fried fish. Negril could transform from a laid-back getaway into a luxury powerhouse, rivaling St. Bart's or Turks and Caicos. Of course, locals are already joking that the new airport will make Negril too fancy. One fisherman quipped, "Next thing you know, I'll need a tuxedo just to sell my snapper." Let's hope it doesn't come to that, but the point is clear. Negril will never be the same again. Put all of this together and you get Jamaica's $5 billion airport expansion. The potential benefits are staggering. Tourism arrivals could climb from 5 million to 7 million annually in the next decade. That translates to billions of additional US dollars flowing into the economy. Tens of thousands of jobs will be created, both temporary and permanent. And perhaps most importantly, Jamaica will have a seat at the global aviation table. But let's talk challenges, because nothing is ever that simple. Construction delays are common in Jamaica, and soon come sometimes means years from now. Financing is another hurdle. $5 billion is a massive investment, and if debt is not managed properly, it could backfire. Environmental concerns are especially pressing in Negril, where the ecosystem is fragile. Too much development could harm the very natural beauty that draws tourists. And then there is the issue of supporting infrastructure. What good is a modern airport if the roads outside are still riddled with potholes? Tourists don't just judge the airport, they judge the entire journey. Yet despite these challenges, the upside is too great to ignore. Jamaica is not trying to become Dubai overnight. It doesn't need to. It just needs to become the best in the Caribbean. Sangster as the tourist crown jewel. Norman Manley as the logistics and business hub. Negril as the luxury gateway. Together, they form a three-pronged strategy that could vault Jamaica ahead of its rivals. Now let's look one more time at the competition. Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic, 8 million passengers annually. Nassau in the Bahamas, 4 million. San Juan in Puerto Rico, 9 million. Panama's Tocumen, 15 million. Jamaica's combined airports currently handle about 5 million. But with these upgrades, the potential is to nearly double that within 10 years. And unlike some of these competitors, Jamaica brings something extra: culture, music, sports, and a brand that resonates worldwide. So, will Jamaica's multi-billion-dollar airport expansion shock the world? Absolutely, because this is about more than just runways and terminals. It's about ambition. It's about a small island saying to the world, we may be small in size, but we are giants in reputation. Soon, travelers from Dubai, Shanghai, and Lagos could land in Jamaica non-stop. Families from the diaspora will breeze through Kingston instead of fighting outdated terminals. Luxury travelers will step off jets in Negril and be sipping cocktails on the beach in less than 15 minutes. That is not just an upgrade, that is transformation. And when that first international jet touches down in Negril, it won't just be a plane landing, it will be history. Jamaica will have rewritten the rules of the Caribbean game, and the world will finally understand that this island doesn't just produce world-class athletes and music, it also builds world-class airports. So the question is, do you believe Jamaica can deliver on this vision, or will the challenges clip our wings? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's talk about Jamaica's aviation future. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because Jamaica's aviation revolution is just getting started.